All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you all through the new version of Sawin Core. As you can see it on the screen, we have a lot to cover, so let's jump right into it. The first thing on our screen, we're looking at our dashboard. This is letting us know how well the company's performing. It's letting us know what's happening under the hood, how many new customers we have, how many customer invoices we have, purchase orders, pending quotes and recommendations, inactive customers, cancel calls, part reorder, 7+ years old equipment return calls, as well as various graphs that could continue to help you not only run your company, but move your company into an area where you all can grow and scale. There's various widgets here, or cards as I like to call them, and you can manage all of those cards over here to the right. Now, when we look at the ability to search with our customers, we're giving you all some options here straight out from the Service Master. Do we want to look at the Service Master number, Service Master name, company, zip, and address? And Service Master is essentially the service location where you all will be providing service. All right, so keep in mind, we can search in all these additional fields as well. So it's not really just set to the Service Master. If you're looking for one specific thing, you can find it there, no problem. Okay. Now, as we take a look over here to the left-hand side, we can see here that we have our admin side, which is where we're going to set up the software, manage your dictionary, manage your users in your groups and crews, email and text templates that go out of the system, as well as manage and monitor who's been doing what within the system. We also have our dispatch board, which we're going to see here in just a second, which is going to show us how our schedule is looking for today and what it is that we're going to be doing to ensure that these get completed out and we get invoiced. We get these invoices out to these customers so we can get paid in a timely manner. We have our service side, which allows us to build out service calls, book those service calls, create quotes, generate quotes, complete those invoices, complete contracts. The list goes on. There's so much under the hood here, and I'm not going to be able to cover it in this video, but there's a lot what you can do. Manage your mobile side, your technicians, your field operations from here, giving them access and permissions, controlling some of those permissions so they can only do what you allow them to do. All that's going to be available to you. You have to be able to receive payment so that you can pay the invoices in which you all send out to the customer. That could be a credit card payment, cash, check, AR payment, can be various forms of payment here. Credit card is going to be the commonly most used one. We also have the ability to manage some parts within the software, managing your vendors, looking at a customer list, and certainly last but certainly not least is our reports feature, giving you all the ability to run your various reports. Now, to introduce you all to some additional windows here, we're going to go over to the Service Master. So all I did was hit Service, Maintain Service Master. It's going to pull up our list here. So if I were to remove this, it's going to pull up the full list of our Service Master. We can go to each page here, or we can search what it is that we're looking for. So we're going to find our customer, Rory Gilmore here, who lives at 15403 Ryford Drive, Cypress, Texas. And when we click on Rory, and Rory is a fictitious customer. This is not a real customer. This is from the Gilmore Girls. We try to have some fun with this. But you'll see here that we have the service location in which we're responsible for. We have the billing location, or the AR customer who's responsible for any form of billing. We can see over here to the right that not only can we book a service call, but we're looking at the overview of the customer. We can view any tags that they have within the system. How old is their equipment? What type of customer is this, etc. And we can manage those tags from here. We can also see that we can work our way from left to right, but we also want to give you all the ability to manage these cards here. So if you have a certain step-by-step process that you want to administer with your calls or with your technicians here, you can move this up and down depending on the requirements there. But we can see all of our service calls. We can see any contracts, documents, quotes, equipment, contract invoices, communication, sales calls, projects, any recommendations, recordings, contacts, and reminders that are generated on this specific service location. If we click on service call, we can see all of the service calls that we've generated out of the system. So we can see them with their date. We can see start and end date, work order, but we do give you all the ability to adjust the columns so you can see more or less depending on what you're looking for. And then you could just click into the work order right from here into the work order number. So you can see the information in which you need to see, details here, additional information that you may need to capture, any logs, call parts, documents, or pictures or videos. You have your equipment here, which you can attach pieces of equipment. You have your purchase order, as well as your ability to create that purchase order. And then you have your call instances here as well, giving you the ability to see when you all are scheduled to go out there with your problem description and any special instructions. So that's going to be your work order for this video. I can go into a little bit further depth of how that work order gets pushed into the field, how they receive it on their mobile app, and how they can complete that on the mobile app with just 5 to 6 simple steps. Now, that's just a service call. We do provide you all with the ability to build contracts out of the system. And these contracts can be any form of agreement that you all have with them, preventive maintenance, maintenance schedule, a contract agreement that you have, a payment plan that you may have with a customer. All of that can be associated with contracts here. And you can renew these contracts, cancel the contracts, you can trash those contracts. And as you build out a contract, you're going to be associating that with a maintenance schedule and a billing schedule as well. And once again, we can go into further detail on another call or another video. As we make our way here, we can upload documents, we can generate quotes or proposals out of the system. So you'll see here that I have the ability to go ahead and generate a quote out of the system. I can add a description here, save it, and then also one of the things that I mentioned in a previous video is we do have the ability to do bucket pricing, or what the industries call good, better, or best pricing, or at least options pricing for your proposals here. And when we do that, we can send that out to the customer. The customer can receive it. And once they receive it, they can accept it, hence giving you the ability to receive that in your inbox and moving it forward to a service call. Okay. We also have the ability to associate equipment here. And so any form of equipment that we have on file, we'll see if it's covered by the contract that's on the file here. We can adjust these pieces of equipment. We can add pictures. We can add additional information here. We can add tags towards that equipment as well. So the list goes on. And there's a lot, once again, that's under the hood. And the last thing that I really want to cover is around projects. And keep in mind, this project tool is really close to what we consider job costing to ensure that you cover everything from your material and your labor to the service calls and proposals that you push out, the invoices that you push out, any additional expenses or miscellaneous expenses that you all incur. All of that can be associated with your project here. And you can even set a profit margin goal to ensure that you're staying on top of that profit margin. So once again, we can go into that a little bit further into detail on another call, but just wanted to show you what the service master looks like. And then booking a call is as simple as book the call. We have a reason for the business unit here, a reason for the division. And keep in mind, we could seed all this information if it's a standard for all of your jobs. But definitely ask that question to us whenever we connect with you on a call. So we can have a standard description, or we can type in more if necessary. We also have our task codes here to ensure that we are putting the right task codes in there and the time required to do the work, as well as the time in which we're promising to the customer to get out there and to do the service work, and we can go ahead and book that service. Now, keep in mind, whenever we do book a service call, we do have the ability to add those parts and those materials. So if I want to add any call parts, I can come here, add parts, and then I can search either inventory, non-inventory part. It's really up to you all. And as simple as non-inventory part, we can come in here, add a description. This was a coil, and we can add the unit cost. So let's say it's $100, and we can go ahead and hit save. And now we have that part added to this job here. Okay. And we can continue to do that. But keep in mind, we do provide you all with the ability to use templates to push this information from quote over into job so that you don't have to recreate the wheel. So that's something you all can definitely take advantage of. Okay. Last and certainly not least, one of the things that I like to show, especially from the customer master, is all of the information in which you all have, as well as the locations that you have, credit card transactions and statements, documents. All of that's going to live here on the customer master. So that's something to definitely take a look at. And then whenever we're looking at any of our service locations, you can see here we can come back to our service location and see all the history in relation to that service location. Now, one of the things that I want to point out is anytime that you all service a customer and you generate an invoice, it will look just like this. But keep in mind, as we build out additional fields here and columns here, you all will be able to make those adjustments however you see fit. So if I see an invoice number here, it is hyperlinked. It's going to take me over to the invoice side. I can see the general information on that invoice. I can also look at some of the billing details. What services do I want to add? What pricing items do I want to add to ensure that we have the total amount that we're going to charge the customer? I also can add equipment here if I forgot to do that before. I can add pictures as well. And then I can actually preview the full detailed invoice and what that looks like. And I can email that and download that and attach that to another email or send that to a customer in whichever various forms I decide. So right from here, as it will load up, we'll see the invoice here with the invoice details. We have our problem and descriptions. We have our charges. All of that's going to be listed there for us. Once again, we can email that out with a copy of the invoice link where they can also pay that using SA Pay, which is our payments platform, or you can also, once again, download that and get it into a downloadable PDF. Okay. Now, two other things that I'm going to point out here is the ability to process a payment on this invoice. So if we come here, wrong place. We come here to our general info and we go over here to payment methods. And we add a payment method, we can go ahead and process the credit card transaction right from here. And then once we process that credit card transaction, it'll let us know that it's paid in full and it will sit in our database ready to be pushed over into QuickBooks or pushed into our accounting system, however we decide. Over here to the dispatch board, this is where we're going to be pulling jobs from our system here, drag and dropping it over to the respective technician and placing that on their schedule. They will receive a push notification that they received this, open it up on their mobile app, and now they're ready to get to work. We can also ensure that the customer receives a notification if it's not automatically set as a notification to send a text message out to the customer. And then we can also view the service receipt to show us exactly what that technician is going to be doing based off of the work order here. Okay. So all that's going to be available to you all, especially as we have an active and living dispatch board, because anytime that any jobs are running late, you'll see an icon blinking to ensure that you all are aware that it's running late, but you also have the ability to customize your views here for unassigned and unassigned calls. We also have a few different views here, so we can see calls on a map, tech availability, reschedule the calls. We can do a split view if necessary, or even just manage these templates, which is this icon as well. So a lot of functionality to be able to make some adjustments using this new SA Core platform. We're really open to your feedback, and we do believe that this software is going to help you all move in the right direction. One of the biggest benefits here is that we are offering this at $249 unlimited users across the board. And part of that reason is we're running a promotion for this year to ensure that we are hitting our goals, just like you all are hitting your goals. And so if you are interested and you want to learn more about SA and SA Core, please reach out to me. I would like to show you all the pricing here. All right, so this is going to be our pricing plans. And as you'll see here, it's all based off of features that you all may need. So this is going to be our smallest plan. And the reason why we call it core is going to give you your core feature and functionality that you're going to need in order to run your business. We do connect with QuickBooks, but it's not a requirement. You don't need QuickBooks, but it is something that we would recommend. And one of the things that we're doing just this month and this month only is we're waiving the $500 implementation fee. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about SA Core, and how it could benefit you and your company with real-time data, inventory management, your ability to be able to bill the service in which you all provide, take payments, report the hours in which you all are collecting for your technicians, managing your crew, managing the field, pushing those reports, scheduling and dispatching, building out estimates and quotes or proposals, the whole nine. We'd love to hear from you. We truly believe that this platform is going to work for you and your team, and I can't wait to get it in the hands of you and your company. Thank you.